Alright, I'm going to show you guys how I do a beaver set. Get this camera on my head cap here. Alright, first thing, you got your birch pole in the water, you shove it down in the mud as far as you can. And you're gonna be using the water line for your reference on how deep you set your snares. And you get a stick like this. This is gonna catch the bottom of the ice and tell you how deep it is. And that's how deep it is. So now, you take your birch pole out of the water. Set her down. It's nice to get something to keep that birch pole off of the ground so you can reach under it. Just use this thing. So now you can see that's where the water line is, and this is where the bottom of the ice is. When you line the two water lines up, the water line, it leaves ice when it was underwater, so you line these two up, so you know that this is where the bottom of the ice is. And then you get your gear. Got some thicker wire, it's like 12 or 14 gauge, and then some 16 gauge wire, and two 15-inch diameter snares. Pretty big snare. I heard it from a dude, so a lot bigger than the snares that I usually use. You got a snare on this side, snare on this side. Check that water line again real quick. So, I don't know, put it about 3 or 4 inches below the bottom. There's quite a bit of water here. Shit, there's like 3 foot of water, at least 3.5. Usually there's only 1.5 feet of water. I think this is going to be a damn good spot. So we'll put our snares a little bit below the water line. Oh, I almost forgot something. That same thicker wire, you're going to want to pull about 4 foot of it, and it's a safety line. That way if the beavers chew off your pole, they ain't going to have a beaver get caught under there and lose your snares or anything like that. So this is a good idea here. I'll just use the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Put a loop in your safety line. Kind of straighten it out a little bit so it's not such a pain in the ass. You tie that safety line in with the same line that's going around your snares. Get your snares opposite side of the poles. You can probably see that. Tighten it up real good. Oh, it's being a bitch. There we go. Now for your support wire, that smaller stuff. Take and kind of go in between your bigger line here. This is kind of the same way I do other snares. I got a little support wire. Lots of people do that. It's just so much easier to get your snare set up just how you like it. You're gonna probably loop around again. And maybe loop around one more time. Get it nice and tight as you can. And you loop around the other side with the same wire. And the top of your safety line just needs to be above the ice line, or above the water really, because it's going to freeze, right at the top real fast. So, and even if they got it before, I'm not worried about them taking the pole under, because the water is so shallow under the ice that there's no way that they could pull this pole under the water, even if it wasn't froze. But it freezes so quick, even if they could, once it's frozen, there's no way they're gonna. So I haven't been doing that little extra step of putting the whatever the safety log across the top and tying it in, because I don't really think you need to on the shallow water. 3 foot of ice. You lift your pole up. And I don't know how good the other's footage was, but I angle them up a little bit. That way they don't fall down as easy, putting them in the water and whatever. God, I better not drop my iPhone in the water. That would suck. Then you drop her down in. She froze up a little bit already. Kind of tuck your snares down in there. You kind of wiggle it a little bit back and forth just to make sure those snares are sliding down. Then you give her the final shove. And there's your finished birch pole set.